Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. It's Brandon again. And first of all, I want to thank everybody for participating yesterday in the first ever question and answer session. We don't really have a name for that yet. We got to come up with something. Don't want to infringe on any copyrights out there. So if you guys have a suggestion for a name for that series, please let me know in the comment section below. It's something that I think I'll probably do every 2 or 3 weeks because I got a lot of great feedback. I also got a little bit of negative feedback from people saying, that it was too long, it was too many parts, and I want to apologize because normally I pride myself on being very quick and efficient. Just ask my girlfriend. But it's something that I've been working on, and eventually what I'll start doing also is putting the questions in the description box with links directly to the timing that I answer them. So appreciate that. I got a lot of great feedback, better feedback than I thought. I'd been avoiding doing that series for a long time. Only because I thought it'd be kind of stale, but it was actually really fun for me and it was easy to do. As you can tell, I didn't really make any cuts or anything like that. I just kind of whizzed through it, if you will. Now, yesterday while I was doing that and setting this up, I also saw another YouTuber actually message me a question in video format. And it was really cool. It wasn't necessarily looking to partake in the Q&A, but he had his own channel, which I'll link obviously on the screen, and I'll also show you the video itself. But he had asked a question and sent it to me, and it was really cool only because no one had ever done that really. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the video in question right now.
What's up, Brandon? This is Rod, man. Got a question about gym performance. I've been lifting weights for a little over a year now, getting ready for my 15-month transformation video, and I'm currently bulking at this point. And I got a question, man. I ran across a video of Chris Jones the other day, and it was talking about his gym performance, how it sucked and all that. And he kind of said his gym performance was caused by a lack of rest, and he went into details about all the stuff he done. But I'm specifically talking about the times where your macros on point, you're eating good, nothing's going on wrong, you're getting your recovery, and all that stuff is lined up, and you still go in the gym and you find yourself, not pushing the weight that you normally push. My question to you is, I guess, since you've been lifting longer, do you ever have these anymore? And when you do, how do you handle them? And just want to get your take on it, man.
So there's Rod's question. It's a great one, hence the reason I want to do a video response to this. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you is to take a look at your actual intake level. And I know you're thinking I'm probably crazy, and that's on point because I just saw in your video you told me you're eating very well. The only issue I have with that is oftentimes when people say that they're eating well, what this really means is that they're eating quote-unquote clean. Now, clean versus dirty foods is a topic for a whole nother video, but what I mean by clean foods is people who are looking to transform their bodies, they clean up their diet. They look to just eat fruits, vegetables, salads, lean meats, quote-unquote bro food. Now, there's nothing wrong with that because obviously being in a caloric deficit is desirable in order to lose weight. In fact, it's necessary. But the problem is with people is oftentimes when they get this mindset that they're going to transform themselves or they're going to get really serious about dieting, is they make the change overnight, and what ends up happening is they end up creating a very large caloric deficit, so much so in fact that it's going to eventually alter gym performance. That's why one of the things that I really suggest for people who are going on any kind of diet is to go into a slight caloric deficit and slowly and gradually work your way down to your desired levels. That way you don't see as much strength loss with cutting. Now that's on point, that's great. We can move on to the next thing I'm going to say, and that is that honestly it happens to all of us. There's a lot of things that go on in our day-to-day life that could potentially alter our performance, whether it be personal related, maybe you're going through some struggles with your girl or with someone else in your life, your family, maybe something's going on at work, maybe you just got a really bad night of sleep, maybe you have a headache. These small little things, even as minimal as they may appear, people have the tendency to overthink things, and I know I'm guilty of this myself, and I know a lot of you guys are too. Those little things kind of snowball in our mind and they get out of control to the point where we convince ourselves that we're going to have a bad workout. And this has happened to me a lot. Maybe I get in the gym, my back's feeling tight, I go for my first set of warm-up squats and I'm thinking, you know what, this doesn't really feel right, and I start thinking about it, and I basically convince myself I'm going to have a bad workout, and guess what happens? I have a bad workout. It's one of those things that you really need to kind of just try to push things out. Oftentimes we go to the gym for stress relief. So if you're having a bad day or something like that, there's something else bothering you, try to take that aggression and focus it on something more positive, like your actual workout. I think you can find that helps. Another thing with these, if that's unavoidable and you're still finding that you're not really performing up to snuff, so to say, in your workout routines, use that for motivation going forward. I know that's how I do it the most. So even these workout videos that I film that I'm really unhappy with, maybe with my form, maybe with my performance on the weights, I'll still throw them up on YouTube and I'll make comments such as that. I'll say, you know what, I really wasn't feeling it today. I just wasn't in it. My head wasn't there. But it's great for me, and it's going to be great for you too, because I know you film a lot of your workouts. I can look back at that, and that really motivates me to do better the next time. And that's really how I look at a lot of these. Number one is the correct form. Number two, it's motivation going forward and to keep track of where I am. So I can go back and look at these videos and say, you know what? And I'm going to put a disclaimer here. This is not for the faint of heart and not for your children or women, so cover your ears, earmuffs if you will. But stop being a fucking pussy and just, you can do this. And I really got to tell myself that sometimes. And I've mentioned that in some of the comment sections when we talked about reps. And I tell that to myself a lot. I'm motivated by talking shit to myself. As funny as that might sound, it really is something that's been motivating for me all through growing up, through sports, through performance in the gym. I just got to man up and do it. And just one of those things that you have to find that motivating factor for you. Now, hopefully this isn't something that's a chronic issue, meaning it doesn't happen all the time you go to the gym. Just here and there, again, it's bound to happen to all of us. Even people that perform at the top of their levels, take sports athletes for example, we all have their off night shooting. And what do? They go back and they work harder to overcome that, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. But when it does, it's just one of those things you can't help. Now again, getting back to the point, if it's a chronic issue and you find it's each time you go to the gym you're not performing up to the level, it's probably a good indication that something else is off. So again, look at diet. Maybe you should start doing refeeds depending on how long you've been cutting. But there's always usually an underlying issue if it's a chronic problem. So take a look at those things. Hopefully that kind of gives you some leeway. If it's something that's still bothering you, feel free to message me anytime. And if you really respond to people talking shit to you, I can provide that for you if you want. And I'm kind of joking, but I'm kind of not either. You know, if there's something out there that I can do for you, Rod, or anyone out there as far as motivation or encouragement, feel free to send me a message. You know, I'm readily available, or reply to your comments. If it's something more personable that you don't want to share with other people, do it in a private fashion, and I'll be sure to get back to you and help the best I can. And other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. I will be doing a cooking video tomorrow. I mentioned if you follow me on Instagram, which, shameless plug, you can always find in the description box below, that I'm going to be cooking a buffalo chicken meatloaf. That kind of got pushed back tonight because I'm not going to have time to. So I'm going to try to film that tomorrow night and upload it either late tomorrow night or the following day. And I also got some more ideas for other videos coming out. So in the meantime, everybody, appreciate you watching and stay big.